Stop buying phones that haven't changed in 3 years. Seriously. While Samsung and Apple are busy fighting over who has the shinier titanium rails, Oppo has been quietly building the device that essentially kills the Ultra category. If you think you know what a flagship camera looks like, you are wrong. We need to be honest right now. Most upgrades these days are boring. You get a slightly faster chip, maybe a new color, and they charge you an extra $100. But the Oppo Find X9 is doing something weird. It's not just about the cameras this time, even though the sensor on the back is basically the size of a dinner plate. It's about a hidden change in the battery technology and a screen brightness that actually hurts to look at if you aren't careful. But, and this is a huge but, there is one massive catch with the Find X9. There is a specific problem with the software experience that might make you want to cancel your pre-order, and we need to talk about that before you drop $1,000 on this thing. Let's start with holding the thing. For the last few years, everyone decided that sharp, flat edges were premium. It's like holding a brick. It looks cool on a table, but it digs into your palm. Oppo looked at that trend and went the other way. The X9 feels like a Pebble. It's got these quad curved edges. Now, I know what you're thinking. I hate curved screens. I get accidental touches. They fixed that. The curve is so subtle it's almost flat where the glass meets the metal, but it rolls off just enough so it feels smooth when you swipe from the side. The back is glass, but it has this matte texture that feels almost like silk. It doesn't pick up fingerprints. You can eat a greasy slice of pizza and pick this up, and it'll still look clean. And the camera bump? It's huge. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a giant circle on the back. But because it's centered, the phone doesn't wobble when you type on a table. It sits there like a rock. You know when you're outside in the summer wearing sunglasses and you try to read a text message? Usually, you have to squint and shade the phone with your hand. The Find X9 solves that with brute force. We are talking about peak brightness numbers that are frankly ridiculous. The spec sheet says 5,000 nits. Now, you won't get that all the time, obviously. That's only for tiny spots of light in HDR videos. But in high brightness mode, just walking down the street, this thing is like a torch. The colors are punchy, the blacks are inky deep because it's an OLED panel, and the refresh rate moves between 1 and 120 times a second so smoothly you don't even notice it happening. It just feels fluid. Under the hood, we are looking at the latest Snapdragon chipset. But here's the thing about chips, they are all fast. A 2-year-old phone is fast, a 3-year-old phone is fast. Unless you are editing 4K video on your phone or playing Genshin Impact at max settings while charging, you won't notice the speed difference. What you will notice is the heat, or rather, the lack of it. Oppo put a cooling system inside this that is bigger than what you'd find in some laptops. I played heavy games on this for an hour straight, and the back of the phone just got lukewarm. It didn't burn my fingers. That means the performance stays high and doesn't throttle or slow down just because the phone got hot. This is where the real innovation is. Usually, if you want a big battery, you need a thick phone. It's simple physics. But Oppo is using this new silicon carbon battery tech. It allows them to pack more energy into a smaller space. So you get a massive 6,000 milliamp hour battery, but the phone is thinner than the iPhone. It doesn't make sense when you look at it. You expect it to be heavy, but it's surprisingly light. And the charging? It's ruined me for other phones. It charges at 100 watts. You can plug this in, go take a shower, brush your teeth, and when you come back, you have enough power to last the whole day. Wireless charging is faster than most phones' wired charging. It changes your habits. You don't plug your phone in at night anymore. You just top it up while you make coffee in the morning. Okay, let's get to the main event. The cameras. The partnership with Hasselblad isn't just a marketing sticker they slapped on the box. It actually changes how the photos look. Most phones try to make night look like day. You take a picture in a dark bar, and the phone brightens everything up so much. The X9 doesn't do that. It respects the shadows. It keeps the moodiness. The contrast is high. The colors are rich. It looks like a memory, not like a scanning document. The main sensor is 1 inch. In camera terms, that is massive. It lets in so much light that you get natural background blur without using portrait mode. If you take a picture of your coffee cup, the background melts away naturally because of the physics of the lens, not because of software trickery. Then there is the zoom. This is usually where phones fall apart. You zoom in 10 times, and the picture looks like an oil painting, just a smudge of pixels. The Find X9 uses a periscope lens. It basically folds the light inside the phone like a submarine periscope. You can zoom in 6 times, 10 times, even 20 times, and read text on a sign across the street. I took a photo of a bird in a tree from 50 feet away, and you could count the individual feathers. And for portraits, this is the killer feature. When you switch to the 3x or 6x portrait mode, the skin tones are perfect. It doesn't make you look orange or gray. It handles difficult lighting, like when the sun is behind you, without blowing out the sky or making your face a silhouette. It's the closest thing I've seen to a professional DSLR camera in a pocket. But we have to address the elephant in the room. The hardware is a 10 out of 10. The software? That's where things get sticky. The phone runs on Color OS. For the most part, it's fine. It's fast, it's customizable. But it comes with baggage. Depending on where you buy this, you might deal with bloatware. I'm talking about pre-installed junk you didn't ask for, random games and shopping apps. You can delete most of it, but it's annoying. You just spent premium money. You shouldn't have to spend the first 30 minutes cleaning up your phone like a janitor. Then there is notification management. By default, the battery saving is so aggressive it sometimes kills background apps. You might miss a message because the phone decided that app was using too much power. You have to manually tell the settings, hey, let this run. It's a hassle you don't get on a Pixel or iPhone. Also, think about your ecosystem. If you rely on an Apple Watch or AirDrop, those won't work here. You lose that blue bubble magic. Oppo has its own gear, but if you're deep in Apple's world, switching to the X9 will be painful for a few weeks. You have to decide if the camera and battery are worth the headache. Let's circle back to something positive: video. Android usually lags behind the iPhone here, but that gap is closed. The stabilization on the X9 is scary good. You can literally sprint while recording, and the footage floats like it's on a gimbal. Night video stays clean without jittery noise, and the audio zoom isolates sound when you zoom in. It's clever stuff. So, who is the Find X9 actually for? If you just want a phone to work and only care about FaceTiming grandma, do not buy this. It's overkill, like buying a Ferrari to drive in a school zone. But if you're the person who gets annoyed when your phone can't capture a sunset, or hates carrying a charger, or is bored of recycled designs, this is for you. The Oppo Find X9 is pricey, but skips the Apple/Samsung brand tax. You pay for components, 100-watt charger, insane zoom, and endless battery. It proves innovation lives while others stagnated. Despite software quirks, it's a powerhouse. If you're tired of safe choices, this aggressive beast puts the fun back into photography.